The broadcast began without warning. No station ID, no intro signal, no test tone, only a voice already speaking mid-sentence. If you are receiving this, you are already inside the schedule. The transmission appeared at 1:12 a.m. across 3 regional analog frequencies. All channels had previously ended daily programming hours earlier. No active operators were present, yet the signal was stable. No static, no distortion, no visible source. Initial monitoring logs show the transmission used a format outdated by more than 2 decades. 4:3 aspect ratio, monochrome image. Frame timing, inconsistent with digital encoding. The image displayed a single room. Concrete walls. 1 table, a standing microphone. No visible cables. No visible lighting. The camera did not move. The voice continued. Calm. Measured. Unfamiliar. Tonight's schedule has been moved forward. Please remain where you are. Broadcast engineers confirmed no active transmitter was scheduled to operate overnight. Power to the analog tower had been disconnected for months. Backup generators were offline. Despite this, signal strength increased gradually. By 1:19 a.m., viewers in surrounding regions reported receiving the same program simultaneously. Phone lines to local stations began receiving calls. Most callers described a sense of familiarity. They claimed they had seen the program before. No archive contained matching footage. At 1:27 a.m., the image changed. The microphone on the table was gone. In its place, a small television monitor. The monitor displayed live footage of viewers' living rooms, not recordings. Live interiors, angles consistent with eye-level perspective. No cameras had been installed. The voice returned. We appreciate your continued attention. Several viewers reported hearing their names spoken quietly beneath the main narration. Subtitles were absent. Audio analysis later revealed layered whispers embedded under the primary track. Each whisper matched a registered viewer name within regional databases. No data access logs were detected. At 1:41 a.m., the program introduced a segment titled Archive Review. The screen displayed surveillance footage from unknown locations, empty hallways, closed offices, waiting rooms without people. Each clip lasted exactly 8 seconds. Between clips, a single frame appeared showing a handwritten number. The numbers increased sequentially. No explanation was provided. Monitoring staff attempted to interrupt the signal. Manual overrides failed. Emergency broadcast protocols did not activate. Attempts to overlay a shutdown message resulted in the message appearing inside the broadcast itself. The voice acknowledged it. Thank you for your contribution to tonight's programming. At 2:03 a.m., the camera perspective inside the broadcast shifted slightly. Walls appeared closer, room dimensions reduced by approximately 6%. No physical movement recorded, only spatial compression. The voice paused for 12 seconds. No background noise. Then, viewers who remain are part of the record. Call centers reported silence on incoming lines. Phones remained connected. Breathing could be heard. No one spoke. At 2:17 a.m., the monitor inside the broadcast showed a hallway identical to a local station's archive corridor. Footage was live. Staff verified by entering the corridor. They appeared on the broadcast with a 5-second delay. No cameras were installed in that location. One staff member waved. The broadcast repeated the motion twice. Out of sync, the signal expanded. Additional frequencies activated automatically. Receivers in closed facilities powered on. Old televisions stored in warehouses displayed the program despite lacking antenna connections. Power draw increased across disconnected circuits. No overload occurred. At 2:36 a.m., a text banner appeared at the bottom of the screen. Do not change the channel. Viewers who attempted to switch reported temporary loss of audio in their homes. Appliances muted, phone silent. Only the broadcast voice remained audible. The program introduced a new segment. Attendance. A list of viewer initials appeared. Rows updated continuously. Names vanished if a television was powered off. Names returned when screens were turned back on. Technicians tested this repeatedly. Results were consistent. At 2:58 a.m., a second camera angle appeared. The room inside the broadcast was now occupied by a seated figure, face obscured by shadow. No movement detected. The voice no longer came from an unseen source. It came from the figure. Audio waveform matched earlier narration exactly. No breathing patterns. No vocal fluctuation. The figure placed a cassette tape on the table. Label blank. The camera zoomed without mechanical movement. The tape began playing. Audio from the tape consisted of layered recordings of past television broadcasts from multiple decades, weather alerts, news, anchors, public service announcements. Voices overlapped. Each phrase ended with the same sentence. "We remember you watching." At 3:14 a.m., viewers reported flickering lights synchronized with speech pauses. Electrical grids showed no fluctuations. Internal clocks in households drifted several minutes behind broadcast time correction. Protocols failed. The broadcast room's walls began displaying images, not projected. Embedded. Faces of viewers watching the program, expressions neutral. Eyes directed toward the camera. No blinking detected. Images updated in real time. A viewer attempted to record the broadcast using digital capture. The resulting file contained only a blank gray frame. Analog recordings on VHS captured full audio and video. Only analog equipment preserved the transmission. At 3:37 a.m., the voice announced, "Final segment approaching. Remain present." The seated figure stood, movement smooth, unnatural, no weight shift. The microphone returned to the table without visible placement. The screen split into multiple smaller frames. Each frame showed a different living room. Viewers watching themselves watching. Some waved. Some turned their televisions off. Those frames turned black instantly. The voice read remaining viewer counts. Numbers decreased slowly. At 3:51 a.m., emergency services received calls describing a low humming sound coming from televisions, even when muted. The sound frequency matched the hum recorded earlier inside the broadcast room. Medical reports indicated mild headaches among prolonged viewers. No lasting effects documented. The final segment began at 4:02 a.m. The figure addressed the camera directly. "Tonight's archive is complete. Your participation has been recorded." Behind the figure, the wall displayed a scrolling list of timestamps corresponding to each viewer's connection duration. No personal data shown, only time spent watching. The figure placed the cassette tape into a drawer that had not been visible previously. The drawer closed itself. The room lights dimmed. Image contrast increased sharply. Analog noise intensified. The final message appeared. "This program will not repeat." The broadcast ended without fade. Signal loss occurred simultaneously across all frequencies. Televisions returned to static. No station ID followed. Post-incident investigation found no physical record of the broadcast studio. No transmitter activity. No unauthorized equipment installations. Viewer surveys confirmed consistent descriptions of content. Analog recordings were collected. All recordings show minor differences in background details. Furniture positions varied slightly. Wall textures inconsistent. Voice identical in all versions. Subsequent nights showed no recurrence. However, at exactly 1:12 a.m. each following week, televisions briefly powered on for less than 1 second. Static only. No audio. 1 year later, a warehouse inventory revealed a box of unlabeled cassette tapes. Each tape contained exactly 20 minutes of silence, followed by a single sentence. Schedule confirmed. No further anomalies detected. Archive note. This broadcast was not scheduled. It was not repeated. It remains listed in programming logs as attended end of file 42.